You are blowing through money like my fellow cadets and I did in our first Liberty after basic camp. Luckily, I didn't end up with a questionable tattoo. Your failures, Mr. Secretary, since you've taken office has been staggering. You sent classified operational information over Signal to chest thump in front of your wife, who, by the way, has no security clearance, risking service member lives in the process. You blew the $1 billion fight against the Houthis, whom, again, as my colleague says, has no Navy, and yet you lost all of those aircraft. You've created such a hostile command environment that no one wants to serve as your chief of staff or work with you in other senior DoD leadership roles. But what we should all be talking about, more than all of this, is that you have an unjustified, un-American misuse of the military in American cities, pulling resources and attention away from core missions to the detriment of the country, the warfighters, and yes, the war fighting that you claim to love. I don't know if this is because you are too inexperienced and incompetent to understand the real threats facing our country.
Senator Tammy Duckworth delivered one of the most pointed and emotional confrontations on Capitol Hill this week, calling out Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for what she described as dangerous leadership failures and a lack of respect for America's military. During the hearing, Duckworth, a combat veteran who lost both legs while serving in Iraq, accused Hegseth of recklessly mismanaging military resources and prioritizing political loyalty over national security. She compared his spending decisions to a brand new cadet blowing through their first paycheck on liberty, saying his leadership has wasted taxpayer dollars while putting service members at risk. Duckworth also criticized the alleged sharing of sensitive military information with individuals who lack security clearance, calling it irresponsible and dangerous. She warned that such actions could put American lives in danger and weaken national security. The senator went even further, accusing Hegseth of creating a hostile environment within the Department of Defense, one so toxic, she said, that senior leaders are unwilling to work under him. But the moment that drew the strongest reaction came when Duckworth addressed the renaming of military bases formerly honoring Confederate figures. She pushed back hard against claims that those names represented heritage, reminding lawmakers that many were tied to individuals who fought against the United States.
Or if it's because you're just an unqualified yes man who can't tell the president how to keep Americans safe. You're focusing on renaming bases for Confederate generals. You said just now to Senator King that to a man and to a woman, we would rather be associated with the old Confederate names. Well, I am one of those women. I served at Fort Rucker, Alabama, a base that was named for a traitor who took arms against the United States of America, led troops who killed Americans. It was renamed for Mike Novosel, a Medal of Honor recipient, who in his citation for the Medal of Honor includes that he saved 29 American lives, to include hovering backwards in a helicopter towards an enemy bunker where a wounded American was laying and saved that person, including after being taken fire himself. I know a little something about what it takes to fly a helicopter when you've been hit by enemy fire. That was heroic. I'd rather be associated with Mike Novosel than a failed Confederate traitor.
As a combat veteran herself, she said she would always choose to serve at a base named after someone who protected American lives, not someone who took up arms against the country. Her message was blunt. Leadership in the military should be about competence, integrity, and protecting those who serve, not politics or personal loyalty. What do you think? Was Senator Duckworth right to challenge the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth this directly, or did she go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments and follow for more real political breakdowns.
I don't know whether you are inexperienced or too incompetent, but I wonder when you will actually focus on our nation.